So welcome back to the Divine Pulse Community Circle, hosted by me, Elsa Field, Priestess of Avalon, Priestess of Sacred Sound. And it is such a great joy to be with you today, live here. It's been a couple of months since we've gathered in this community circle, so it's really beautiful to be here again. I absolutely love holding these monthly free pop-up circles where we get to dive deep together into the mysteries of the divine feminine and really what I call that divine pulse of life that connects each one of us in this global web of priestesses and women who are walking this path of awakening at these pivotal times on the planet. And in particular, if you haven't journeyed with me before, or perhaps you're fairly new to this community, we are really dedicated to the mysteries of sound and voice, really lifting the veil on the divine feminine voice. And together we go on healing journeys in our group containers and in my Priestess of Sacred Sound practitioner training and other courses that we offer to really go deep into these realms, these portals of the voice, of your unique sound, reclaiming and healing your connection to your voice so that you can step forward as the leaders that we all are in our unique ways. Oh, I love that Cecile was here for our Live Your Devotion retreat. So lovely to have you with us. And we're connected through Anna Otero, who was one of our amazing guest speakers. So some of you may have been a part of our Live Your Devotion retreat this year as well. So thank you so much for being a part of that, if that's you. This was a really special 4-day gathering that we had in May, already like 3 weeks ago or so. Time flies so fast, right? And in this virtual retreat, we were really exploring a lot of these priestess arts, priestess tools with different way showers, different guides who are carrying their unique codes. So you can still get the replays for the Live Your Devotion retreat. Kia, maybe you can put it in the chat for people so that they can check it out if they didn't go through the initiations and the days live with us, because you can still catch up and you can purchase the bundle and get all of the replays if you feel called. Oh, I'm so glad that you enjoyed it, Tracy. Yeah, it's such a potent space, and one of the key reasons is because this work magnetizes and attracts incredible women from around the world who are fearlessly, courageously going forward to share your sacred wisdom with the world. And this is one of the key pieces that we'll be exploring today in this circle, is that piece around sharing and getting to know and trusting your voice and your sacred wisdom that only you hold. And so in today's circle, I really felt divinely guided to bring in and connect with the energies of my focal goddess, the goddess that I feel an incredible connection with, and she's really the overlighting presence for all of our mystery school teachings. I know many of you feel deeply connected with her as well, Goddess Hathor. And so I'm going to be sharing with you all some of Hathor's wisdom teachings that we've been exploring in our school over the last few years. And we'll be going on a journey to receive her transmission, to immerse in it for the short while that we have together today, so that you can go forward from this community circle feeling anchored and grounded in your sacred wisdom. in the uniqueness that only you carry as a daughter of Mother Earth. And so I'd love to begin our journey today with an invocation and a grounding to really center us in this community space together. So you may hear some beautiful birds in the background. It's getting into the evening time now, so really welcoming and inviting in all of the sounds where you are as well, as we take this moment to come into full presence. And this was one of the key pieces we explored in our Live Your Devotion retreat as well. Coming into full presence in our lives, in our direct experience of the mysteries in every day. As women who are called to a spiritual path, as women who are called to go deeper, how can we get really present in this here now moment to experience the richness that life has to offer, every facet of the rainbow that crosses our path? And so inviting you now to take some deep belly breaths with me and come into full presence with us, visualizing perhaps that we are in a real circle. Women from all over the world are here, and many more will be watching the replay. Seeing us coming together in a beautiful, glowing temple of light. Blue, gold, white, iridescent light fills this space. It's a space where you can come exactly as you are. There is no hierarchy here. There's no sense that anyone knows more than anyone else or is further along on their path, because each one is completely unique. And so as you breathe into this space, inviting you to close your eyes or soften your gaze, and on each exhale, letting go of anything that's not of this moment, anything that is holding your attention elsewhere, so that you can come back into full presence with us, perhaps letting go with a sigh or a sound of anything that is not of this moment. As we call in the presence, the bright, holy, sacred flame of life within us, calling in and cultivating your connection to your inner flame, the pulse of your divine heartbeat. And I invite you to begin to feel the energies of the earth, the sacred land where you are, breathing them up into your body, all the way up into your heart. And as these earth energies enter your heart, you may feel a hum or a sound resonating in the chambers of your heart. and inviting you now to feel the presence all around you, and especially above you through the crown of your head, your connection to the cosmos, to the expanse of the universe. And we call to you, Divine Mother, Creatrix of all life, Star Mother, Stella Nolava, Star Goddess. We call in your energies, your creative fire power, as we approach the solstice, as these solar codes, this solar energy comes in so strong. Help us to ground and anchor your creative life force that you give to us freely, the abundance of life that breathes in every cell, breathing it all the way down into your heart, this cosmic stellar energy. And perhaps there is a sound or a hum. Welcoming your voice, welcoming the sacred temple of you to this space, sister. Calling in all of the benevolent guides that we work with, the goddess presence. Feeling yourself filling up now with this beautiful iridescent white light that we've called in into every cell. That connects you to your guides, your ancestors. And in this moment, I invite you to open up and feel the presence and call to a goddess, a deity, a being, a presence that walks with you right now in your life. Perhaps it is Isis, perhaps it is Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, Kali, Kuan Yin, the Black Madonna, this incredible array of divine feminine names. And as you feel that presence, put it in the chat or in the replay comments so that we can feel the presence of those beings that you are calling to in devotion. Who is walking with you right now as you enter this circle? Hathor and Mother Mary, Rumi and Arachne, beautiful. Isis, the Black Madonna and Mother Mary, Hecate, the Muse, the Sirens, welcoming in, welcoming in, welcoming in. Inanna, Amma, Mary Magdalene, beautiful, welcoming the presence of Amma, Mary Magdalene, Hathor, Mary Magdalena, Hathor, Heteru. So breathing in all of these strands, hail and welcome the divine feminine presence in all of her forms and faces. This incredible kaleidoscope of light and colour and sound that she is. Blessed be, sisters. So powerful to feel that ability of each one to call in powerfully that presence from deep within. And incredible to hear the names of the goddesses that call to each one of you today. Thank you, thank you. And so at this time, as we each uniquely anchor in our path of devotion, this has really been a theme we've been exploring, right, in the past month in our mystery school. Devotion, what we are devoted to. We come to realize that devotion is a really core piece of the priestess path. And it is really one of those aspects of the priestess archetype that calls to many of us very strongly at this time, when the boundaries of traditional religious structures have dissolved away for a lot of us. And so we come back to the original faith, the faith in source, the knowledge that we are innately divine beings. And this, I really believe, is what is calling so many of us right now to the goddess path, to this path of knowing ourselves as divine and this presence of birthing from creation that we can innately connect to, whether we are woman or man. That is the presence of goddess that weaves within each one of us. And I will always remember the first time that I discovered the goddess, the first time that I really received a direct transmission from her on the 3D plane. And I know many of you personally, and I've spoken to many of you that are here personally about your own journeys with the divine feminine and your path of devotion and your voice. And for many of us, we walk with the goddess for a long time before we even consciously know it, right? And for me, it was a big transmission that I received the first time I went into the Glastonbury Goddess Temple. And if any of you have been in that space, you'll know that it's quite a small space. It's quite a humble space. It is small but mighty. And it really evokes this essence of those ancient goddess temples because of the devotion that is poured into that space every single day. And from that mother heart temple that we have here in Glastonbury, so many other goddess temples around the world have been birthed. And I remember standing in the temple in Glastonbury and just instantly being brought to tears by this presence of the Divine Mother. And really what it was, because at that time it was the time of Ostara, time of the spring equinox. And there was an incredible painting of a pregnant goddess in there holding an egg. And so it was really the aspect of the goddess as Divine Mother, because she has so many different aspects, right? That was the aspect that came in to me. And it was this feeling instantly of remothering myself, of, oh, I can instantly go back to source in any moment of the day, to recalibrate and to remind myself when my human mind wants to go in every other direction that I am one with the Divine Mother, and that whatever my experiences have been in my human life, with my physical mother, with my biological mother, or with mother figures in my life, the Divine Mother is always here for us, and she is within us. And so this is the work that we do in goddess spirituality, and one of the major priestess arts that I love to dive into is the power of your voice to really call in and claim what it is that you are devoted to. Because if our throat centers are not open and are not in flow with the rest of the chakra system and with the energy of our soul, then how can we share our sacred wisdom with ourselves, let alone with anyone else. And so I really believe that the voice is such a core priestess art and priestess tool for this reason. And this is what I teach inside of the Priestess of Sacred Sound practitioner training, which is beginning very soon. We have, I think it's 5 more days of enrollments. We have a beautiful group forming, and I'll share more about that journey later on as well. But Hathor, many of you invoked her presence here with us today. And one of the reasons why she is such an eternal presence for humanity for so many millennia is because she carries and holds so many archetypes, and she reconnects us with this divine mother presence that is so huge and so expansive. And I've spoken about this before, this sense that with the Hathor frequency and the Hathorian frequency, there is a sense of being both celestial and cosmic, and also being intensely grounded in the earth. And so those of you who have journeyed with this goddess, and perhaps you've listened to our Hathor frequency, which you can listen to on Spotify, on YouTube, anywhere you like. If you've journeyed with Hathor, then you may have felt this sense. She's coming to many of us right now to remind us that we are anchoring in this incredible cosmic light, the light of creation on earth. And through that process of bringing it down and bringing it up and meeting in the center of our being, through the portal of our voices, she is helping us to remember that we are vessels and instruments of the goddess. And the way that she principally does this is through sound, through sacred sound. This is her key tool that she has brought to humanity. And when I speak about Hathor, she's not just one, right? She is 7. There are 7 facets and faces of Hathor that were known to the ancient Egyptians. But what many people don't know is that Hathor was an even older goddess than what we might see. We might see images of her, like this image I have of her here, that many of you may recognize from images you've seen of Hathor from ancient Egypt. She's actually an even older goddess than this. We can see worship and reverence of the divine cow mother, the celestial cow, this connection to the life-giving energy and fertility of cows right back really, really early in human history, herstory. And this is the presence of Hathor, how she has been weaving with us, reminding us of our fertility, our creativity, our innate connection to divine source energy. And this is also why she's coming back to us now, to remember this energy, especially in these times where there is so much technology, there is so much happening in the air plane that can take us into our minds and take us into other dimensions that are artificial and virtual, rather than dimensions that allow us to anchor in this light on earth. And so there are many light workers out there who are looking at artificial intelligence from this really expansive Aquarian approach, which is really beautiful. But I always ask myself, why do we need it? What is it giving us that we don't have within the template of our own bodies and the technology that we bring just by being alive? Sound, frequency, and word are the tools of Hathor that she brought to us, that she's brought through this incredible cosmic connection, this divine creatrix being. And she reminds us that we are enough, that we are perfect exactly as we are, that our human intelligence is the route to source consciousness. And so, although these artificial intelligence areas can, yes, they can open doorways and portals and areas of possibility, but they also have the potential to take us away from our inner divine knowing, our embodied truth, and into realms and places of possibility that are not for our highest good. And I see this playing out in social media a lot at the moment, right? And many of you may be aware of this, that there are many, many creators now on Instagram, on Facebook, on, you know, all of these platforms, for whose content is entirely written by artificial intelligence. There are incredible technologies, super smart technologies, that can literally speak with the voice of the person who has instructed them. And this is the choice that's being made by many to speed things up, right? To become more efficient. But in my work with the voice, I'm seeing red flags with this. I'm going to come out and say it. I really am. Because the amount of time and effort and energy that myself and my team member Stephanie, who assists me with creating content, put into curating, writing, and really bringing our message is a direct source energy, our direct life force energy. It is not coming from an artificial place, right? And so it's almost like a dilution of our source energy that can happen if we're not careful. And this is no judgment, you know, like everyone does what is their zone of genius and what they feel called to do. I love writing and I'm obsessed with the voice, finding our authentic voice, learning how to transmit that with the highest integrity and authenticity, anchoring in our priestess selves through our voices. This is so crucial to me and so much a part of what I teach. And so I invite you to really feel in those moments where perhaps you're interfacing with social media, which is an incredible resource. I mean, most of you here on this call or watching the replay probably found out about this because of social media, right? It's an incredible way for us to be connected. And yet, in those moments where we feel ourselves being drawn out of the body, into the mind, into another dimension, an artificial dimension by these platforms, that is the moment to call in your guides, to call in Hathor, the presence of this incredible celestial goddess who transcends and moves through multiple dimensions of light and enables us to anchor our light and our truth here now on the earth. So yeah, Cecile said in the chat, she feels like AI moves society further from coming back into our hearts. Really interesting observation, Cecile. And I really honor that. I think this is something we really need to bring our attention to, honestly. We can't be laissez-faire with these technologies because once we start using them, we know how it is, right? Once we started getting smartphones, everything changed. And I mean, my smartphone isn't even that old. I've had this for 3 years already. All of the software is out of date. I can't update anything. You know, they want me to buy a new smartphone, basically. It's this incredible acceleration of artificial technologies that is happening that, on the one hand, can provide us with more opportunities to connect with our soul tribe, with our global family of priestesses and priests and light workers. And if we're not careful, it can draw us into other dimensions and realms of possibility that, perhaps aren't for our highest good. Perhaps they aren't in alignment with that love frequency because they are human invented and entirely happening in the realm of the air element. They're not grounded in the earth. And so they are still, there's a role for these technologies, but yeah, each one has to interface, right? And so that's my invitation to you today. I always love to bring in invitations, practical steps, practical tools for you to receive as a resource from this community space. And this is a conversation I've had a lot recently with clients and the women that I work with and my friends, my sisters. This sense that our sacred wisdom is potentially getting diluted, distorted by interfacing with these AI technologies. So each one makes their own choices with this. But I really believe that at this moment in time, one of the biggest gifts that we can give to ourselves is real knowing and owning of our own power, of the importance of our sacred wisdom that each one of us holds. And just imagine for a moment, some of you may not have a smartphone, but imagine if smartphones didn't exist. Imagine if we were not able to scroll and constantly compare and contrast our lives with the lives of others that we see. And so it's really important for me as a content creator, and I know many of you interface with these platforms in this way as well. It's really important for us to come from a place of real truth, authenticity, and sharing of our sacred wisdom, rather than a place of, perhaps unconsciously sometimes, we may feed into this place of, oh, I need to share that I'm in this incredible space, incredible place on the planet. Because it's that cycle of comparison, competition, and ultimately it's patriarchal. These platforms, they've been created from an essence of competition rather than an essence of abundance, because everyone on there is competing to be seen, right? So all we can do, those of us that interface in this essence of bringing our full presence there, of desiring to find our soul tribe, desiring to call in our soulmate clients, desiring to create community, genuine community, all we can do is share on those platforms from a space of love, presence, and also detachment. A space of, what is the clearest transmission of my sacred wisdom and my voice that I can bring forward today? And what is the purpose of sharing? What is the purpose of sharing? What do I hope to bring more of into the world by sharing this? And when we're in connection with our soul's voice, our authentic voice, this becomes easy because we know and we trust that we are in connection with our guides. Perhaps it is Hathor that you feel deeply connected to. We can remember that in every moment and bring that in. And so I invite you to take a few moments with me now to consciously clear away from your field any distortions that perhaps you may have received, knowingly or unknowingly, and return them to the light, return them to source. Calling in and invoking the presence of Hathor to do this. And so perhaps calling to mind a place in your life where you desire more clarity. Perhaps you've been very in your head around this decision or this moment, this journey. And as you bring your presence to it, I really invite you to breathe deep all the way down into your womb space, the physical or energetic womb, and call back your power. Call back the strands of your energy from any places, any spaces where knowingly or unknowingly it has become attached or drained. So perhaps you have found yourself getting caught in a cycle of comparison on social media. Perhaps it's comparison with others in your life. Perhaps there's a sense that technology has created some kind of distortion for you that is in some way blocking you from knowing what your true desires are. And so we breathe together all the way down into the womb space, physical or energetic womb. And begin to feel those distortions clearing from your space. Inviting in the presence of Hathor, and you may see her in her 7 facets. 7 facets of Goddess Hathor, 7 presences coming to you now. As we connect to that original source energy that is our birthright as embodied beings on Mother Gaia, offering up any distortions in your current reality that you know are no longer serving you. Perhaps it's doubt you feel about a big life decision. Anything that is taking you out of your center and into a space of doubt when really you know that you would find the answer if you were anchored in your truth, connected to your priestess self, your higher self. So inviting any places of distortion to Hathor now, perhaps with a sound or a sigh. And I'm going to tone, sound, sing as we collectively empower ourselves to reclaim the unique wisdom that is in each one of us. And I invite you, if you feel to sound or sing along with me, or simply sigh, hum, move your body as you feel this energy of relief. We get to let go of these distortions. We get to come back into our truth. You may wish to join me in singing, chanting, or saying the name of Hathor. You may also like to use her Kemetic name, Het Heru, Hathor or Het Heru. And when we speak or sing the name of Hathor, we are connecting with the celestial original sound, the original tone at the heart of creation, the original sonic note, because everything in the universe that vibrates makes sound. So feel the ripples of your own sound, remembering that all we are doing is reconnecting with ourselves as we are one with Hathor. In the presence of all of these incredible women here, we speak her name into being. And allowing these waves of sound to wash through your earthly body, your light body, all of your chakras. Breathing in from this Hathorian presence that is so present at the moment with Jupiter, this great, huge planet of abundance, prosperity, earthly delight, moving through the constellation of Taurus, the celestial sign of Hathor, cow goddess, mother goddess, anchoring in these celestial song codes in your own body, receiving, resourcing yourself, breathing it in, this incredible essence, source essence of Hathor. Now, as we've moved and cleared the layers of distortion, now we come back into our center, into our truth, and we sing, say, chant again her name, Hathor. And you may also find yourself speaking your own name, or even your spirit name, or perhaps there is a light language that comes through as you open your throat center and connect with these celestial energies within you. Feeling yourself as that bridge between the celestial realms, the earthly realms. You who have chosen at this time to incarnate in a physical body, to help anchor in the presence of the divine feminine, reawakening on Mother Earth through your own gifts. Your voice, your wisdom, offering our voices together in the temple of the goddess is one of the most ancient forms of priestessing that there is. So beginning now to really feel your earthly body is anchored and grounded, perhaps sending down a grounding cord of energy all the way down into the earth as we anchor in this energy together. That presence of knowing your own sound, allowing it to vibrate in every cell. Coming back into your own body now. And feeling the Hathorian energies are dissipating, are totally being offered up into every element of Mother Earth. Those of us that are anchoring in her frequency at this time. Reconnecting to your frequency, bringing in an affirmation. I love myself. I trust my sacred wisdom. I trust the gifts that I have to share with the world will be received with the energy with which they were created. I am an abundant child of Mother Earth, Mother Gaia, living and walking my path of devotion. And so it is. Blessed be. And in your own time, coming back in fully to your body, perhaps placing your hands on your body or giving your body a shake or a wriggle. Taking a drink of water if you need. It just feels really important in these community circles for it to be that resource for us to literally be nourished on every level by these incredible divine energies, the divine pulse. That's why I call these circles divine pulse, because it is each one of us coming home to that remembrance of that ancient connection that we all have. The reason why we're here. The creatrix energies. But for those of you that are, perhaps new to expanding in this way, expanding your psychic space, coming into your body in that relationship with these incredible light beings, it's really important to ground after we do this kind of work. So that's why we create this container in this call with an opening invocation, with a closing, and then your invitation is to go out and ground the energies, perhaps have some food, go out on the earth, nourish yourself. Feel how worthy you are as a child of Hathor, Divine Mother, who truly desires all of her children to be nourished and supported in this endless flow of abundance from source energy. Yes, that's correct, Eva. This is a Rachel Tawano bowl. Some of you will have met my beautiful friend Rachel from Australia. She's creating beautiful sonic instruments, and yeah, this is one of my newest acquisitions. As a priestess of sacred sound, we're always in this process of expanding our priestess toolkit. This is one of the key components that we work with, is drawing instruments to us that truly meet the expression of the soul that comes through our voice. And so if you're curious about sound healing, creating sacred space with your voice, stepping onto a pathway of priestessing that is all about assisting you to cultivate your unique voice exactly as you are, then I welcome you to join us for this year's Priestess of Sacred Sound journey. It's going to be an absolutely magical 6 months together in mentorship with me and the guest teachers that we've carefully selected and invited in to offer their gifts of mastery with sound as well. And so one of the key pieces that we teach on this path of the Priestess of Sacred Sound is connecting with your voice, understanding the healing codes that your voice holds and can offer to the world. And once we connect with the voice as that divine instrument, then it becomes more easeful and flowing in every aspect of our lives, in the spoken word, in song, in channeling, in opening up to our priestess self and bringing her through. And so this is why it's such a core part of what we teach here at Myrtle Grove. Karen is in. I'm so excited you're joining us, love. It's going to be such a magical journey. Karen is also going to be with us in person because our mentorship contains both online and in-person components. We weave in both realms because I see, understand, and value both the air element of the online, the earth element of the in-person. And so it's optional to attend our in-person retreat, but I highly recommend it. We have a few spots left for women who feel the call to come in at this late stage. We still have 5 days left for you to step through the temple doors and be welcomed by our incredible group of priestesses of sacred sound, remembering the healing codes of their voice and bringing it to the world in this abundant overflow and deep connection to your sacred wisdom. And so maybe you're someone who's worked with different healing modalities before. Perhaps you're very much a priestess on your path, or this is the first training of this kind that you are stepping into. We really meet you where you're at, and also we trust that this training, it really tends to magnetize women who are ready to expand into their true soul's voice and essence even more. And so it's the most advanced training that we offer at Myrtle Grove. That's why it's 6 months long. So we have time to really deepen and for you to really deepen into your path with sacred sound. And I birthed this training out of the desire to really support and uplift more and more women who are called to bring sacred sound, their voice, into healing circles, ceremonies, rituals, community spaces in their lives. And the results of our graduates are just so beautiful and incredible. Many of them have gone on to create beautiful communities in their own lands with sound baths, sacred sound ceremonies, one-to-one work, retreats. Last year, I think 2 women birthed their retreat businesses during our training, during the time of the training, because it's the voice that enables us to unlock the true codes of our creativity and what it is we have to share with the world. And so if you wish for your voice to become that trusted friend, co-creatrix on the path with you, then I really invite you to take a look at our priestess training this year. We only hold the training once a year. It's a very special 6-month container where you get a lot of time with me and direct mentorship with me, also with Kia, our incredible priestess student coordinator, who went through the training last year as well. It's really beautiful because actually the 3 women that I have supporting me behind the scenes, they've all taken the training or are currently taking the training. So we have this beautiful web of women who really get it, who really know the teachings inside out to support you on your journey. And that's something that I'm super passionate about, is creating community around this work. So I invite you to take a look, and if you're curious and you have questions, you can email us. You can reach out to us, just hit reply to any of the emails that I may have sent you about this circle, and we'll see your question. Next week, I have 3 days in my calendar where I have a bit of space. You'll see on the website there's a link. If you're curious and you have questions, you want to feel in with me if this is right for you, you can book a call with me where we get one-to-one time. Yeah, this is the only time in my year that I offer this for free. It's my heart offering to you because I really want every woman who's coming in to really feel the alignment. So if that's something that would support you, know that that option is there. There's only 3 more days though where you can do that. I'm actually on a flight to Malta on Thursday to go on a beautiful Sacred Sound pilgrimage in order to receive even more codes and magic to bring to the training. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, there's a bit of space in my calendar if you want to tune in with me or send us an email. All of the information is there on our website, link in the chat, and it's at priestessofsacredsound.com. Yeah, Sylvia was with us last year. Oh, so beautiful to have you with us, Sylvia. Such an incredible channel that you are. It was such an honor to support you last year. So my loves, I give such great thanks for this incredible community of women who are bringing your sacred wisdom, your work, your priestess essence to the world. What a joy it is to connect with you here today at this really potent moment with Venus moving into the constellation of Leo. And perhaps you felt this, right? A really fiery energy. It's actually a really lovely energy to have at this build up to summer solstice. Winter solstice, perhaps for some of you, but certainly here in the Northern Hemisphere, things are heating up. And there's a reason why I begin this core training at this time of year. And I actually work with an astrologer every December. We map out all of our trainings in line with the celestial calendar to make sure that we're really in flow with what's being brought forward from the universe. And so I'm really excited about stepping into these Venus and Leo energies with our priestesses who are coming through the doors. And just know that these energies are here to support you for the next 6 months almost. I think Venus is moving out of Leo in October. So we have a period of time because of this Venus retrograde that we're going to have beginning on Mary Magdalene's feast day, July 22nd. Because of that, Venus is going to be in Leo for quite some time. And so this is a real energy around our divine feminine connection, the ways we create beauty in our lives. These are the Venusian frequencies. It's not just about relationships with others, it's also relationships with ourselves, self-love, self-confidence, the energy of the heart. We're moving into a time with this fiery energy of Leo to support us, really, for the next few months in that ability to step out of the shadows and into our lives with our full presence. So a perfect time to begin a new project, a new endeavor, or perhaps step into the priestess training with us. Yeah, so beautiful. And I'm really excited for what's to come in the next few months here at Myrtle Grove. I've been working hard behind the scenes, creating a very powerful new offering that we'll be bringing to you in July time to coincide with these beautiful Venusian Leonine energies. And I know some of you have been waiting a while for us to complete our next sonic frequency creation. Many of you may have come to know me through the music that Jerome and I create. It's a big part of my devotion is creating music that's available to everyone, connecting you with Goddess. And our next release will be coming in Leo season because You'll know why. Those of you that know what I'm talking about, you'll know why it has to be in Leo season. And so even though the composition has been ready for quite some time, we've been feeling it's not right to release her yet. And it's going to be in Leo season for sure. So look out for a beautiful invitation to our next launch concert event for an incredible new sonic frequency that we'll be birthing, and we really hope it will support you to connect to that primal raw power and energy, life force energy within us all. So my loves, thank you so much for your presence today in our community. If this has been supportive to you, I really invite you, if you're watching the replay, to share it with your community and those of you that you feel would benefit from this transmission. It means, your support means so much to us. So thank you. And just taking a moment to really give thanks for the energy of all of the guides, guardians and helpers that have held this space with us today. And above all, giving thanks to Hathor, the Divine Mother of all creation, for her presence, weaving through all of our lives, connecting us with our celestial song, giving thanks. Blessed be everyone. Feeling yourself coming back into your own energy as we prepare to leave this temple space, this etheric temple space, stepping back through the gateways into your own body and your own being, knowing that you're always connected to this incredible, incredible community here. Thank you so much, everyone. If you have questions about our priestess training, please reach out. We're here for you. Thank you so much to Kia for supporting me today and always being an incredible support to all of our students and community members. We're so thankful. Yeah. Much love, everyone. Have a beautiful evening or day, and we'll speak soon. Many blessings. Bye.